Now, as for Anna, she was entirely different. She was close-mouthed, ill-tempered, and a great stay-at-home. In the village, she was spoken of as a snob and a hypocrite. Peter was afraid of her as of the plague, especially in his sober hours. All her power lay in her eyes. When that strong man felt her eye fixed on him, his strength left him. It seemed as if some devil were to jump out of that eye and turn the house topsy-turvy. The look Anna gave me when I first entered her house promised me nothing good. She hated me heartily. She never called me by my own name. All she ever called me was Gide, Gide, Gide. Gide, 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 go catch the little pig and bring it over here. The day before, I had overheard her say that it is time to kill the little pig. I did not relish the job by any means. I felt sorry for the porkling, mere pig though it was, and it was hard on me to have a hand in the affair. But one angry word of Anna's set me going. Hey, Gide, bring the pig, this instant. In a moment my hand was on the animal. Then Anna handed me a rope to bind it. I did as she wanted. The pig started to squeal and squeak horribly. To me it sounded like, Gide, Gide. Is that the way to treat me? Then Anna handed me a knife and showed me where to make the cut. The pig began to bleed fearfully, gurgling and choking with its own blood. Anna ordered wood to be brought, a fire to be kindled, and the pig to be put upon it. I did all as I had been ordered. My dog was watching me intently, greatly bewildered. The pig groaned and groaned as the flames licked his body and embraced it, and my dog was barking and yelping away up into the sky. I imagined I was on trial in heaven before the seat of judgment, with the pig complaining against me, pleading in screeches and grunts that nobody could understand. The next morning, Anna made me stand before the icon of the Virgin and recite a prayer. Finally, at dinner, she gave me roast pork and looked sharply at me. I took fright and began to chew away at the pork. Screeches and grunts from the dead pig rang in my ears, as though they came right from within my insides. I wondered how the others could listen to all that and still eat the pork in perfect comfort. Suddenly, a lump in my throat began to choke me. Nausea, retching, and I vomited it all out on the table. Samuel, how could you? Get out of here, you dirty Gide, and don't you dare enter my house any more.
Did you hear that, doggy? We have been chased out. What does that mean? Did we come here of our own free will? So what sense is there in chasing us out? Samuel, my dear friend, I am very sad for you. I see how hard it is for you. But you know, my lot in this house is entirely different from yours. You remember how when I first entered Peter's courtyard, the other dogs met me with howls, and when you tried to find shelter in the kitchen, Anna chased you out with a stick. Where did that tramp come from? Get him out of here. Right, and that stick hurt my nose. I still can feel it. Immediately I saw I can expect no charity from people here, so I put my trust in my own teeth. I fought all the dogs of the household till blood flowed. What a battle! I was proud of you. Only then did Peter and Anna appreciate my doggish virtues and allow me my rations. You certainly earned them. So you see I saved my own skin, Samuel. Whenever you sit about lonely and moping like this, I wonder and wonder how it is that you do not fight for your rights the way I did. Maybe it finally is time to run away. If they catch me, I'll say my patron chased me out of his house. Oh, Barker, home to my parents. If they chase me out, then I am free. Much time would pass before Peter notices my absence, before the sergeant is informed and people come after me. By then we'd be far from this place. I'm not afraid to hide in the woods. Are you, Barker? Certainly not. Devils and evil spirits I do not fear any more. I know no devil can ever bother a man as much as one human being can bother another. Who are you talking to, Samuel? Marussia, you startled me. Were you talking to yourself? Not exactly. I was having a heart-to-heart talk with Barker here. You've been out here a long time already. Papa gave me a bag of food to give you. Didn't your mother chase me out? That's nothing. You know her temper. That's just her way. She keeps nagging at me all the time and calls me nothing but Jid, Jid, Jid. And what of it? Aren't you a Jid? Should I feel insulted if someone were to call me Christian? What are you going to do now? I want to run away. Without telling me? So you were going to run away and without my knowledge? No, actually not. And it is not you that is stopping me. It is the birch rod. I remember the angel Michael once told me that, like Joseph in Egypt, I can call upon him for help, but that here in Russia it is the army which is appointed to rule over the birch rods. Samuel, do you still believe in angels? Not exactly, but I do have a great respect for birch rods. So you decided not to run away after all. Not this time, anyway. And what if they find out you still say your Jewish prayers? Don't worry, I won't tell. Besides, they will not beat you. How do you know? The sergeant is a good friend of ours. But if your mother should complain about me, then I shall go in your stead if they decide to switch you. And what about Anna? Will you let Anna call you Jid? Yes. And if I should ever call you Jid, will you be angry with me? No. Then you are a dear boy and I like you. Here is the bag. Papa said you should go out in the field with the horses for the night, until Anna calms down. Here, take it. I added some chocolate. Samuel, can I kiss you good night?
Can I kiss you good night? Can you kiss me good night? Can I kiss you good night? What would the rabbi say? What would my mother say if she knew? What would the rabbi say if he knew? Can I kiss you good night? Can I kiss you good night? Can you kiss me good night? Can I kiss you good night? What would the Torah say? What would the God of Israel say to you? Can you kiss me good night? They will try to make you forget you are Jewish. Rabbi, I am the one God has chosen from this village. So every morning begin by reminding yourself, by saying your prayers. Rabbi, I am the one the Lord has picked from all the boys in this village to pass through all the trials and temptations. Can I kiss you good night? Can you kiss me good night? What does your heart say now? What does my heart say now? What does your heart say now? What does my heart say now? Can you kiss me good night? Can I kiss you good night? Can you kiss me good night? What does your heart say now? What does my heart say now? What does your heart say now? What does my heart say now? Yes, you can kiss me good night.
Now listen, Samuel, this is a very serious affair. It is much worse than what is told of Joseph the righteous. Do you understand? Joseph did not stand there. He ran away from the wife of Potiphar. I do not know how to make it clear to you. It is very dangerous to find good and true friends right here in exile in the very ranks of our enemies. I cannot deny that the good looks of this Gentile girl are endearing her to me, that out of her hands I would eat pork 10 times a day. I am ready to take all responsibility, to admit that it is I who called her to myself. Well, I have warned you, stay away from her. It's easy for you to say. By the waters of Babylon, there we sat remembering Zion. I feel very strongly about this, Samuel.
Now listen, Jew, I do not know whether you have suffered the horrors of hell that we have suffered. Insulted and outraged we have been brought here. Insulted and outraged shall we depart from here. Ours is the right of the oppressed. That right we cherish until we return home. Yes, we kiss the crucifix. Yes, we eat the pork. But the Holy One, blessed be He, will not consider that we sinned, since we were not free. Now listen, Jew, if you have not passed through all that we have, uncover our backs and count the number of scars from the birch rods. And yet not a day passed without us saying our morning prayers. One day the earth burst open and an angel appeared to us. His smile filled the heavens with light. Then he began to soar upwards, calling out to us, "Tell your comrades, the cantonists, your reward is great. Every sigh of yours is a prayer. Every good thought of yours is a good action. Only beware lest you die of hunger." Insulted and outraged we have been brought here. Insulted and outraged shall we depart from here. Ours is the right of the oppressed. That right we cherish until we return home.